Yes. Good morning, dear children. A very, very Saturday good morning. Before we start our BST class, children, a brief meditation is must. Just look at this view which has been put, the screen, where there is a sunshine. Now, the yellow color of sun, it is considered to be very, very pious. It is expected that when we do meditation, the light should be used to cleanse ourselves. This yellow light has to go within us. The light of the sun or a candle light, which will burn all the negativities and we will become positive. You just read this wording, children. Keep your face always towards the sunshine. Always remain positive. And shadows will fall behind you. When you start looking at the positives in your life, children, there are only smiles in your life because you have chosen them. The negatives will be behind you. Are you doing that? In your age, it is very easy to bring change in your personality. So, why not bring a positive change? I was going through the thoughts. I got a very beautiful thought. I just wanted you people to analyze from this slide that where are you placed? Which step, just read the last line, which step have you reached today? Are you on the first step? I won't do it. I am totally negative. I will not do it. Or I can't do it. Helpless. You want to do it, or you want to do it, but you're not able to do it. Maybe you want to do it, but you don't know how to do it. You want to do the work, but you don't know. You want to be happy, but you don't know how to be happy. But you say that I will try to do it. You have started moving towards positive. See? And then you realize when you start finding out things, you realize that you can do it. Now, this is turning you positive if you are at this stage. And when you say, I will do it, means success is not far. And you will realize one day that you have did it. So, children, these are the phases. Where are you? So, children, please make sure that you people remain positive, create a beautiful aura around you. People are ready and willing to talk to you because you are such a positive person. People would like to share with you. And positive people are always welcoming. So, whenever you are talking, you talk about your studies these days. You have to be very positive about it. Every subject should be, studied so nicely. Fine. So, now, children, we are going to begin our class. Technically speaking, it is very important. We are giving these instruction before every class. You need to turn off your audio, your videos, the moment you're going to join the session. You are going to rename yourself, and it should be in a proper chronology. Name, admission number, class, and section. So this should be the chronology. It should not be other way around anyway. And if you have any query, this is the email ID, children. You can always ask us about any doubts if you have, any problems you have. And last but not the least, please maintain the decorum and discipline of the virtual classes. This is expected from the senior most class, right? And you're doing it, and I hope you keep it up, right? Now, this is the your self-check quiz, which the answers were expected from you. Economic reforms changed the selling concept to it was marketing concept. So marketing, okay, you could have written market orientation was also accepted. Understanding of business or social environment, specifically social or in general business environment, is important to determine products, services, and standards of conduct that are acceptable to the society, was mentioned. So it becomes social environment in specific. Privatization aims to restrict the role of public sector, isn't it? Competitor is an example of specific forces. We were talking about forces. So, which force, general or specific? You were supposed to answer specific forces. Then, opportunity means positive external trends were being talked about. So, it has to be opportunities, not threats, huh? Or changes that will help a company to improve its performance. So, you should know about the vocabulary, right? Which of the following does not explain the impact of government policy changes on business and industries? More demanding customers they have become after 1991 industrial policies? Yes. Increasing competition? Yes. Market orientation? Yes. People have become market oriented. But change in agriculture prices as such was not there, and there was not an impact on this. So these were the answers. And the children, those who have been able to get almost all the answers correct. They are Yashika 12D, Apoorv 12th E, Khushi Kelly 12th E, Soham Jain 12th E, Dipesh 12th C, Himani 12th F. Congratulations and very well done, children. And same type of participation is expected from you. These names are repeated, means these children are, they are climbing the ladder very quickly. Where are others? But others are some people are actually working hard, and participation is there. Just see the number of children, those who have tried, but one or two answers went wrong. But this is appreciated that you have, participated. Chaitanya the 12th F, Dhruv 12C, Saksham 12D, Sahaj 12th F, Lakshay 12C, Gautam 12D, Nipun 12D, Ishanjali 12th E, Piyush 12C, Harshit 12th F, Pravi Jain 12th E, Hardik Jain 12th E, Siddhant Mishra 12C, Hardik Bhatia 12th E. Many names repeated. Very good. Excellent, children. And same thing is expected today also. I told you a message was given that you need to revise your topics and come. So in the end of the lecture, we are going to talk about this self-check. We are also going to talk about the project today. Fine. Before we start with our demonetization topic, a brief recapitulation of the topic we had covered in the last lecture. It was impact of government policy, that is of LPG, or changes on business and industry. What impact was there of these government policy on business and industry? So we are talking about the impact of LPG, liberalization, privatization, and globalization in India. We then talked about the impacts, and these were the impacts, these were the pointers which we are going to study, which we studied that day also, and a quick revision will be done. First thing is, with the coming of LPG, the competition increased. So, competition, when it is increasing, it was the competition not only from the local players, but also from the MNCs. So, when you talk about increasing competition, it is why did it happen? Because the licensing was abolished. License, permit, quota, Raj came to an end. So anybody and everybody can come inside the countries. So with the result, there were many competitors who creeped in. So the first point is that there is increase in competition. So the local competitors were not only facing competition from within the country, but also from outside, and especially in the service sector. We have talked about the examples of telecommunication, airlines, banking, insurance. So there was increase in competition. Fine. This was the first impact or the effect of government policies. Second was that there were more demand coming from the customer. What kind of, why did this demand started increasing from the customer? Because of wider choice and better quality. People were now getting the competitors, different brand coming into the country. And so the people were getting a wider choice and better quality. So people were now started becoming demanding. They wanted a different type of a brand, a more type of a variety, and they were becoming choosy. Their brand loyalties were going. So the customers became more demanding. Then we talked about there was a rapid change in the technological environment. Earlier, what was happening was that there was not much change. And technology, our country has not been spending too much you know, into the research and development. The research and development departments are very rarely present in the organizations in India. So there was earlier technology was very static, not much changing. But now the technology was required for every organization in order to survive and grow. Otherwise, they would have become outdated and obsolete. Fine. So there was a need to pace with the technology changes, and this was creating a very tough competition and a challenge to smaller firms. The next was there was a necessity to change. Now, necessity for change came because in the pre era, before 1991, there was the policies once being made by the government, they were static policies. Once made, the changes were very difficult to be brought in public sector. So the policies were very stable. So that this was one of the problems which was being there. But now, after liberalization, privatization, and globalization, the environment became so turbulent, the demand became so turbulent, the supply became so turbulent, in demand and supply, there were changes in the market forces. These are market forces. And with the result, the organization had to modify their operations in order to keep pace with the changes. So there was a need to change came up. Now, stability, staticness, you are static, that is not going to be honored. That is not going to give you any result positive. So it is going to give positive. Now, there was a need that if you're responding positively to the environment, you need to understand the volatility of the business environment and you are going to modify or change your business operations for betterment. Fine. Now, the next point was there was a need for development of human resource. Now, children try to understand human resource is a separate department which is being created in the organization other than production, sales, marketing, all these finance. There are so many departments, but you have every organization is having a HR department. Why? Because human resource has become so important. So, human resource management has become so important, and every organization now looks for more competitive, more skilled people because this is the demand of the market today. People who are not trained, they are not getting jobs easily. Trained people or competent people or people having soft skills, they are getting the jobs nicely. So whatever you are, the organization is whatever choice it is making, the choice will be based on the type of the quality of human resource. Now the need of human resource development has increased. It was not that casual attitude of hiring people, recruiting and selecting. It was not that casual now. It was very, very calculative. A lot of tests, a lot of interviews are going to take place in order to, in order to fill up their human resource department. And human resource has become so very important. So people need to have these qualities in order to be, versatile enough, having skills in order to get jobs. So there was a need for developing human resource. Then came that there was market orientation. Now, our next chapter will be based on this concept totally. Earlier, when there was a license permit quota Raj, children, people used to book their scooters also. There used to be one shop or one showroom where they used to go and go do the booking, and then their number used to come after a very long time, maybe after 4, 5, 6 months, and the producer or the showroom owner was the king. He was the giver, and the customer was at the receiving end. Whatever he will give, you will take, because the production was very less, competition was not there. But after 1991, the scenario changed. There are so many people and companies who are ready with their products ducked in their showrooms. And one customer comes, everybody wants to lure and attract and sell their product to this customer. Now, the things have changed. Earlier, it was a selling concept. What do you mean by selling concept? It means that the products were there in the market and people are trying, salesmen by hook or crook, they are, luring people to buy the product. Whereas now that was not working. People knew that they are being cheated. Now, what is happening is the scenario changed. Marketing became the concept. Studying the demand of the market and then producing became the main thing. That is market orientation. Now the customer became the king. He could make the choice because there are so many competitors. Now he is the king or the queen of the market. So this scenario changed after 1991, from caveat emptor to caveat vendetta, from producer being the king to customer being the king. That is how customer became the king. Now market orientation was the word. Businessmen had to study the market and then produce the good and provide it in the market. Earlier, the goods were ready with them and they were selling by hook or by crook methods, and people were not coming for buying again. So the word of mouth was spreading wrong, right? So the concept changed to market orientation. From selling concept, it became a marketing concept. Okay. Then was that there was a loss of budgetary support. When you say this word, it means that there was every type of a organization, there is going to be some kind of a budget allocation from the government is there. If you see, for railways, there is a budget allocation is going to be done. There are agriculture sector, industrial sector, defense sector. When you see, when the budget comes, there is a proper allocation of budget money to these sectors. Now, the government was seeing this sector, the public sector was being seen, and the government was seeing that this sector was becoming inefficient. That the private sector should come up. Privatization was being encouraged by the government because they were more efficient, proving themselves. So the budget allocation to the public sector now started declining. It started moving down. So this was the impact. Why? Because private sector was coming in and the efficiency level of private sector was much more high. So government started having interest in, in glorifying and in giving money and backing to private sector. So the budget allocation to the public sector started declining. So it means the public sector, now it was an alarm bell. It is an alarm bell for them. If they want to be, they want to make good profits, they want to be there in the market surviving, they have to be more efficient. Efficiency is the word. So these were the effects of LPG children, government policies. India responded very nicely to these, to LPG, and it was very receptive to it, resilient to it, and it has given a lot of positive things. It has given a boost to the economy of India. So you see here, so the budgetary support was going to the private sector, but government was government was going giving, it is the India was responding very well to this. Okay, now we are going to start with the new topic, demonetization. If you see this picture, demonetization, children, it was a very big, you know impact on our economy, and everything stumbled. Everybody was affected by demonetization. Why did government do demonetization? But what it is, first let's see. Demonetization, in demonetization you see this 500 and 1000 rupees notes, they were invalid, and 2000 and new 500 rupees note, they came into being. But what is demonetization? It's a very big word, and why did it come? Why did government resort to demonetization? What's the reason? Let's see. Demonetization, it is an act of cancelling the legal tender status. The word is cancelling. The legal tender status means now this status which was enjoyed by these 500 and 1000 rupees note, they were considered to be a legal and tender, because it is whenever we buy or we do any kind of a contract or buying and selling, it is a legal tender which can be exchanged. So that status is being cancelled. So they say cancelling of the legal tender status of currency which is there in circulation. That is demonetization. Are you getting it? Demonetization is money is there in the circulation, monetization is taking place, but demonetization means when a particular currency which is having a legal tender status, that is being cancelled, it's been withdrawn, it is now valid, it is not considered to be legal anymore. If you are using that currency, that is illegal. So they have lost these two notes, 500 rupee note and 1000 rupees note, they lost the legality of being a legal tender. That status has been lost. So that is demonetization. So the words you're going to use is when there is cancellation of legal tender status of currency, that is known as demonetization. Now in India, everybody cribs, children. They say this, that there is a lot of corruption in our country. There is, black money is there into our country. There are illegal activities which are taking place, and people, but the government, now the aim of demonetization was this only, they wanted to remove or control corruption to a large extent. Now these high denomination means the value, like denomination, this is 500 denomination note, 1000 denomination note. So the word denomination is being used for this, children. High denomination notes were used for illegal activities earlier. So you want to control this, It will be possible by demonetization. You'd see how. Especially people, those who are keeping black money. Now, what does this black money means? This is very common word. This, people use this word black money, but what do you mean by black money? Black money means, children, the money which has not been accounted for, which has not been declared as an income, on which people have not paid tax. Any kind of tax or duties have not been levied. The government does not know that you are in possession of this currency. Government should know what is there in your possession, how much money. So the amount you're declaring to the government, on which you're giving income tax, that this is our income, now you charge income tax and we pay income tax, that is a white money. But if you are keeping money, hard cash, people were having lumps of, bundles of cash currency, which was not declared to the government, and the taxes were not paid on that. Now that was black money. So to control black money in circulation, or people keeping, holding the currency in their lockers, it was necessary that these things come out, because if they're keeping the currency of 500 and 1000, which is now which has no legality, so what is the use of keeping? It's just mere paper, waste paper, isn't it? So what is the aim, what is the objective of demonetization? Is to control what? Corruption, illegal activities, black money, which is an unaccounted income on which the tax authorities have not charged any tax. So this was the aim of demonetization. When did this happen? This date turns out to be very, very historical. You need to remember date, November 8th, 2016. At night, Indian government demonetized the two largest denomination notes. 500 rupees and 1000 rupees notes were banned. They were declared illegal. This was not a legal tender currency. And you know this, children? How much money in our economy became invalid? It was 86%. Can you imagine? 86% of the money which was there in circulation, that became invalid. Now, what people started doing? See, people started, depositing this invalid currency, and they started converting it into, legal tenders. And there was a line, in front of all the banks. You see the rush. You must be remembering just 4 years back, 3.5, 4 years back. So people, where they wanted that they should convert their currency into the legal tender, the currencies which are there in circulation. And people started, because invalid currency was there was people, and the banks were facing problems. They were not having that much of printed cash, that currency, that much was not there. The banks started facing a lot of problems. People started doing cash withdrawals. And this is the time when, plastic money came into being. That was being encouraged. First, the rush was there to convert your currency into the legal currency. Remember these two things, children. When did this happen? On November 2016, when these two denomination notes, they were declared as, they were banned and illegal. And 86% of the money which was there in circulation, that became useless, invalid, no legality, illegal. Fine. What else happened in this? What does this amount 86% turns out to be? It was 17.82 lakh crores. It's not 17.82 lakhs. It is 17.82 lakh crores of rupees. That constitutes 86%. They were They were constituting rupees 500 and 2000 rupees note. And you see, it was on the in all the newspaper. This was the headline: "Great Cash Cleanup." So these were banned. These notes were banned. Fine. 86% of the currency became invalid. Now, what were the features? This is demonetization is fine. That is, illegal tender currency was being banned, and 500 and 1000 rupees note, they were considered to be illegal, and new notes came into being, into circulation. A lot of laws. 86% of the currency turned invalid. Now, what were the main features of demonetization? It was a measure taken by the tax authorities, tax administration. Now, what was happening was people were depositing the notes, the old currency into the banks, and they were looking for new notes. But what the people are doing, those who are having that unaccounted money, which is known as black money, they were made to declare their unaccounted income, from where this money is coming. And if they don't know, they are not able to give the account from where this money is coming, they were charged penalties. And if they are giving that money, the authorities started charging tax. So most they were, what was the government looking? It was looking that the maximum amount of currency which is there in the country, that becomes legal, that is all accounted. Government has the record of that money which is there in circulation. So it is, first feature is, they wanted the income to be taxed so that it is white money and black money goes off the circulation. So first feature was, it is a tax administration measure. They wanted to, tax or convert the currency into all legal currency. No black money. They wanted people to be accountable for the money that was there in their lockers. Now, second thing was, this was a method to check tax evasion. Evasion is to get rid of, away. You want to evade, you don't want to pay tax. That is tax evasion. Now, government was giving a very clear signal to this after demonetization, that tax evasion will not be tolerated. You have to declare your income. And government is taking every step for this. GST was also being launched for this. So this method, along with GST, this method of demonetization, it was came into being in order to check tax evasion. Tax evasion means people were evading tax. People didn't want to pay tax. It is actually a tax robbery they were doing. They don't want to pay on their income. So this was a step taken in order to check tax evasion. Are you getting tax evasion? So first thing is, it is a tax administration measure. Second is, it is a method to check tax evasion. People tax. The third thing is, it is a method to channelize savings into the formal financial system. Now, people were having money into their lockers. They were keeping it as a saving, but now the government was saying, you keep this money and save it into different, save it into the banks, and different type of loans and interest rates, very lucrative interest rates were being given in order to channelize that money which the people were declaring, so that this money comes into the system. Once people start doing saving, that saving is used to be, it will be taken up by people in the form of loans. So this money, more money is going to come into the circulation. So in order to give loans at a low interest rate, it was necessary that the money should be seen in circulation, so that the people started showing their money. So it was a method to channelize saving into the formal financial system. So it is used as a tool to stabilize the currency and fight inflation. People start saving more, and that Indians are known for this, for their savings. And they wanted that people should be using this money and channelizing them into these saving options. And so that it comes into the financial system. And this is how it is going to come. It is also now demonetization was a very effective method to create less cash or cash economy. Plastic money now started becoming more important. So our society started moving from cashless or cash-light society. Another feature is it is an effective method to push informal economic activity into more transparency was there. Government knew how much money you're earning. And it is not that there is no money now, that is, you're going to keep it in hiding. So more transparency was there. Fine. That was now that were the features of demonetization. What were the impacts? Now, the impact was the people started, you know, putting in money into the banks. So banks, the interest, they started thinking of good interest rate, at least their money is going to be increased with the interest rates. Savings started increasing, but reduction is going that income had to be shown from where that money is coming, which one you're paying. White money is fine. Your houses, the white money is say 10 to 11 lakhs or say 15 lakhs, but you're buying it at say 2 crores. So rest of the money was black money. So now real money had to be shown. So the real estate prices started falling because government was saying from where this money is coming, rest of the crores from where it is coming. So the private, wealth started declining, but there was no effect on public sector. So there was no effect on public sector. Another impact was digitization that started growing. So there were now more users who started going digital. Even people in villages, they are doing. More people are into digital transactions. Everything is now being paid online. For that matter, you see, it is people, those who are not going online, they are going to be left behind till which time they are going to be not, evade this. They have to be tally with this digitization. There was decline in real estate prices and tax collection. What was the impact? Rise in income tax collection because of increased disclosure. There was so much of money which was being disclosed. Because more money disclosed, more income disclosed, more tax was there. So these were the impacts of demonetization. Children, I would this is you are going to this is what you're going to do in demonetization. Now, I want to tell you that the question which is going to come from demonetization, it is going to be related to either 1 mark objective type question or a short note on demonetization. So you should be ready with the concept, knowledge, and a proper notes. You can go through the study material, which is going to be loaded in a day or two. And with this, your chapter comes to an end, children. Impact of demonetization के साथ we come to an end of this chapter, business environment. Now, talking about I wanted to talk about your project today, children. Some children, project work is what I wanted to talk about today. 20 marks project is going to be there. You are going to get the detail of this project from cbse.nic.in, but important points I have picked up from this site, and I have brought it for you to make things more clear. Now, when you talk about business environment project, now see this. This is one of the topics. Now, what are the different topics? First, let's talk of what you can make project on. It is up to you. You are not limited to these topics, children. When you're talking about business environment, it is a very innovative topic. And if you're making a project on business environment, it means you are studying that project. That is, you are nurturing it like your own baby. So this is considered to be the most innovative and creative project. And when you make the project yourself, make efforts to make the project, what is going to happen is you know each and every detail of the project, and when the viva is there, it is like peanuts for you, isn't it? So it is, see the what kind of a topics you can take. This is just a guideline for you that you can take up these topics, but you have so many beautiful topics. I told you two types of topics you can take. Either you can take anything, any of the companies which are your, or any of the product which has changed, which has seen change in all these years, or you can show the tussle between two tycoons, like we had talked about Coke and Pepsi, or we have talked about Flipkart and Amazon, or you can talk about say you can talk about computer these tycoons. You can talk about anything for that matter, where you feel that you are getting the matter. You can even talk about COVID-19. The impacts have been, technological impacts are there, social impacts are there, economic impacts are there. So it also becomes a very good project. So anything, but some points, some topics have been given by NCRT. Let's talk about those topics. Changes witnessed over the last few years on mode of packaging and its economic impact. So they said you can talk about milk which is supplied in bottles, or plastic or cardboards which are being used for packing, reuse of packing bottle. You can talk about this. So the change which has come in plastics in the mode of packaging. So this is what all you can take. But the topic is there is a change or in mode of packaging. So packaging is your topic for business environment, and you can take up all these things. But this is detail has been given for this topic only, children. For other topics, they have not given that much of detail. It is up to you. Now, the reasons behind changes in the following, like I was talking that Coca-Cola and Fantas, when Fanta, it was there in 70s, to it came to Thumbs Up and Campa Cola in the 80s, to Pepsi and Coke in the 90s. So how these things changed, how this, the cola wars, how it became so prevalent, and it was so strict. Such a big competitors they are, Coke and Pepsi. Now, how did this come? Gradually, how did it grew? What have been legal provisions? Any kind of a legal dimension you can touch? Coke coming in, going out, again coming in because of the government policies and all. So you need to search, and you are going to easily get the matter, because this is all related to the news which is happening around the current affairs. Fine. You can also take the topic of changing role of women in past 25 years. So women empowerment you can talk of, talking from starting from joint families, nuclear families, women as bread earners of the family, all this. You can also talk about import and export of different products. You can also talk about child labor laws in India, its implementation and its consequences. So these are the topics which has been given by CBSE. State of anti-plastic campaign which has started, Swachh Bharat Abhiyan you can cover in this. The laws of mining setting up industries, then social factors affecting rejection, dishwashers and atta makers. These are new technological things coming in. You can take it along with the women empowerment project also. What has the effect of change in environment on types of goods and services? You can take up any general product. Change in man-machine ratio with technological advancement resulting in change of cost structure. Effect of changes in technological environment on the behavior of employees. So it is up to you which topic you want to take up. Now, these are the things which you're going to keep in mind. Your project has to be minimum of 25 to 30 pages. It has to be handwritten. It should be presented in a neat folder. They'll let you know what type of a folder you're going to use. That we are going to tell you later. And the project report has to be submitted. Now, I have put these points, children, but you need to, go through cbse.nic.in for all the detailings, cover page, list of contents, acknowledgement, introduction, topic, planning, observation. We are also going to put up, the one project at least for every topic. We are going to put it up for you so that you can see how the children have made it to make the things easier for you. But these are the pages you are going to make in your project. Fine. This is going to be the assessment criteria, children. Initiative you have taken and participation 2 marks is going to be there. Creativity 2 marks, content, observation 4 marks, analysis of situation 4 marks, and your viva is going to be of 8 marks. So in total, your project is going to be for 20 marks. Fine. And now coming to your self-check quiz, because we are less of time, you can take the pick, children, and you can answer to me. This is I read it out to you. With demonetization, the two largest denomination notes, rupees 500 and rupees 1000, were demonetized with immediate effect. This led to dash percentage of the money in circulation invalid. How much percentage? The aim, second question, the aim of demonetization was to curb corruption, to curb the accumulation of black money, to counterfeiting, the use of high denomination notes for illegal activities, or all of the above. The third question is, by being aware of the changes in business environment, enterprises can identify, dash, and strategize ways to capitalize on them. What type of a word is capitalize on them? Dash affect the firms of an industry directly, for example, customers, suppliers, competitor firms, etc. So, what are these? Are these specific forces or general forces, economic forces or political forces? So, the answers have started pouring in. I'm very happy you people are participating. We will be starting with a new chapter, marketing management, children marketing. That is on Monday. We will be on in the next class. We'll be starting, children, and that's a big chapter and a very interesting chapter. And we want that everybody should be attending it nicely. And the results of this will be given in the marketing chapter. The result of self check will be given in the marketing chapter initially before we start. And we want you all to participation should be very high. I think so. Good amount of time has been given to just answer these 4 questions, and good right answers are coming from the children. Very well done, these children. These children are doing very well, and God bless them, and may they succeed in whatever they are doing. They are on the right track. Fine. And now it is a time to leave, children. Thank you so much, and God bless you all.